Start recording. What's up, YouTube? Start streaming. Get this live show on the road. Should say go live. And we should be starting. We live, Evan.
All right.
I'm gonna
we in there.
Share this to my page. Show 187.
We went through this last week.
Yep. That's why I didn't even have to. Look. I was like, I've been waiting for this. That was one of my favorite songs, man. Deep cover. Has the first intro to Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
I see.
Dude.
Yes.
You know, I've listened to rap music since the beginning. I've always been a fan. I listen to everything. I'm a fan of metal. I'm a fan of country. I listen. I am one of them people that when I say I listen to everything, I listen to everything. And man, I tell you what, the only thing I would disagree about in hip hop, because a lot of people blame NWA, or they say NWA was the start of gangster music. But no, because man, you got like Schoolie D, you got a bunch of people that were out before NWA. What's up, Matt?
Okay, Ice-T. Did he come out before NWA?
Yeah. 6 in the Morning was like a classic.
Right. That to me was, some of your first gangster rap. It was really, not just like Grandmaster Flash talking about, it was like a jungle sometimes it makes the water.
Right.
It was talking about the streets and the hood and yeah, that was really anti-cop gangster. That era started with Ice-T, NWA, but NWA gets a lot of the credit. I don't know if it's because they were kind of highly promoted. There's that question, that kind of conspiracy that they were kind of formulated and promoted by the, one of the three-letter agencies, to kind of, promote destruction and,
Huh?
I could get into conspiracy or I could avoid it. It's up to you.
No, I mean, hey, we know it's been done. If you don't know who Freeway Rick Ross is, and not the rapper, that the real Freeway, Rick Ross, go look at his story, and I mean, he was buying dope off the government.
Yeah,
he was. And, had to pretty much set up a distribution center. They say that money was what Reagan used for the Iran-Contra. It had something to do with that.
I gotcha.
So
no, to me, it's just the formulation of the gangster rap was heavily promoted and invested by the same people that invest in privatized prison, and let's promote this about violence and drugs and gangs, and it's kind of help promote what they're after. You glorify this kind of livelihood and you invest in the prison system. So anyway, they were NWA. They were heavily promoted, I believe, more, and they kind of get that they were the first gangster rap. But no, you're right, they weren't. That's my take. I might be way wrong.
No. There was rappers from the Bay Area, and I mean, I think they had the money behind them, because they had what was that dude's name? Jerry Hella or whatever. He was a Jewish guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
he had the money, and I think like you said, they did get a push.
Yeah.
But as for commercialized, they were the first,
Mm-hmm.
and then they opened up.
Yeah, I remember Ice-T. That was kind of almost like underground, kind of taboo. Like, oh my gosh, listen to this.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, wow, what he's saying.
Well,
Like this is.
listen, you didn't hear none of that rap music that we were listening to. Like Too Short, you never heard Too Short on the radio.
No.
And if you haven't
Mm-mm.
heard Freaky Tales, you gotta. We couldn't even play it.
Yeah, I'm lost. I have no idea what you're even
Oh,
talking
dude,
about.
I'll send it to you after the. It's you couldn't play that on the radio. Even if you bleeped every song, it would be like just one long bleep.
Gotcha.
So, man, we survived a snowstorm. People freaked the fuck out. God,
Did they?
yes. Yeah, people, man. And I don't listen, people. Just because maybe you got slowed down in the turn lane, don't just keep going. Man, I see more people run red lights and shit when it's like ice and shit on the ground. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Slow down.
Hey, I get scared. I ain't gonna lie, driving my nice red Ford F-250 through town. Oh, oh,
I hate it. It
dude,
scares me. I can't believe when we were kids, we would go out and drive around in the snow for sport.
for fun.
For fun. Let's go out into the neighborhoods and just fishtail around in the neighborhoods. We do that. My buddy had a little MG. He was cool as hell in that thing. But the little MG, we just drive around neighborhoods, a stick shift, and I had a little Mustang LX 4 cylinder, and my 68 just didn't move in the snow very well. But yeah, it was kids. We just go out and cruise around and fishtail. And I mean, try to get stuck almost to get unstuck. And now, my truck my truck has not seen snow in over 4 years. Has not. It's been rained on a few times, but I don't want to get it out in it. It's a Toyota. It's going to rust. It's the dumbest thing in the world. I have a 4-wheel drive pickup in case there's snow, but I'm afraid to drive it in snow because the frame will rot in half, and I want to keep it forever. It's dumb.
So yeah,
But anyway, I don't like driving in it. I would do it as little as possible, and people just scare me. And someone slides into you, then you got to deal with body shops, or then you got to deal with insurance companies. Your shit gets totaled out, and you got to negotiate with them. Then you got to go find a new vehicle, which is hard these days because everything is junk. If you get something that's reliable, man, stick with it. Anyway, there's a rant for you.
yeah. No, heck, my Ford just hit 130,000 miles. But to me, on a F-250, that's just broke in.
My truck's at 170. Yeah.
I just now, like you said, I got to watch the body, which I know the bit, and I keep mine pretty clean. I go to the car washes with the undercarriage spray and everything. I got up under my truck the other day, and I mean, you can still with any pickup, it's them damn fender wells, man.
Mm-hmm.
Them fender wells. Oh, come on. Can't we get something that, I mean, you got to be able to put something where, and maybe I don't know, like a polyfiber mix or something that you can just coat that shit underneath.
Yeah.
Because here in the Midwest, it's horrible. Now, if that truck was in the desert, it looked brand new.
Mm-hmm. I think, and I've never done it, but following people, if you are really good to do every year is to get underneath there and spray the whole bottom with
Mm-hmm.
oil. There's places that do it, or there's stuff called fluid film to coat your frame. And if I was to buy a brand new vehicle, like, right off the lot, first thing I would do, probably take it home, kind of mask everything off, put drop cloths, curtains around it, get underneath and just hose everything down with, from day one before, get all that before the rust, the salt, and all well, it's not salt anymore. It's whatever, it's magnesium chloride. It's caustic. It's not acidic like salt. It's caustic. So it, it, it eats paint instead of eating metal, but then, you eat the paint off and then you got exposed metal. I don't know. Either way, it's bad. Um, yeah, what do you do? It's rough. But the problem, you were talking about your truck, there's some, and I think it's more some of the Chevy trucks. It's the rockers. They use a spray foam like insulation at the factory inside,
Yeah,
and that
I've
stuff
seen
just
that.
it absorbs moisture. It wicks stuff up, and then they rot out from the inside out. And like, it can look good, you, like you say, yeah, I wash it, I keep it clean. Yeah, but sometimes they rot from the inside out, and
Yeah, and that's how
that's
mine
horrible.
is. That's how mine
Ye-
is, and it's oh, it's breaking my heart.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
ho-
you watch some forums, watch where they start to rust and see what you can do to that area best you can, and sometimes you can't do anything. It's just like it's the
yeah.
nature of the beast and the way they build them, and it's really sad because vehicles are so expensive when you're talking new trucks or what, probably 60, $80,000
Well,
on up. I mean,
well, you know what it'll have? It'll have some 2x4s laid across that back. Fuck that.
but it seems like around here you got 10 years on a truck usually in normal conditions, and then they start to bubble. You
Mm.
know,
Yeah,
and
that's what
trucks are
mine's do.
expensive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And me
yeah.
trying to find a new bed for that. Oh, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could have somebody go and kind of grind it down and then bondo it. Oh.
Mm. Yeah, I dealt with that with my Pathfinder. I was like, I need to get, cut out the little rockers in back behind the door and both sides. Those fender flares, they get junk up in there and they rust. And it was one of those things. I don't like fender flares on vehicles, and I knew from day one. But it always seems solid, and then you go to wash it one day and you see those bubbles, and you take the thing off, and you're like, I just got sick. Like
Yeah.
this is my daily driver, but it was always waxed and show quality, and then you take the fender flare off, and the whole quarter was bottom of the quarter was Swiss cheese, and like, oh no, I can't believe this. Just so I put the fender flare back on, drove for a couple of years and got rid of it. I missed that thing.
Oh man. Evan, we got a few news stories, but this one is cracking me up. District attorney says Albany defendant on the run after affixing ankle monitor to his dog.
Really?
Lamont Holmes failed to appear at a Tuesday hearing. Uh, Probation officials told the court that they went to his house and his ankle monitor was found attached to his dog.
Why the dog? Just so they see movement?
Yeah.
Like, did they really? Oh, it looks like he's wandering around in his backyard quite a bit. I mean,
Yeah. Why does he keep going out and pooping?
yeah, what's this guy doing in his backyard all the time?
Uh,
Anyway,
yeah, so there's one way to get out of that. He's on the run now. So,
yeah.
Canadian former flight attendant arrested in the U.S. for impersonating a pilot receiving hundreds of free flights, and a story reminiscent of the 2002 movie Catch Me If You Can.
That's what I was just thinking when you were talking about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that sounds like that movie.
Yep.
That's scary. You got some
Uh,
lives on the line.
Massage parlor employee began defecating toward police to evade arrest.
Huh. How'd that work out?
Fang Wang was arrested in Palm Springs, Florida, Evan.
It's Florida. No kidding.
Yeah. Ooh, this has got to be. Ooh, listen to this. This has got to be in the UK. 2 men detained for claiming 2 pandas were having gay sex.
What?
Oh, in China, 2 men have been detained for fabricating news in an attempt to attract online attention.
Huh. No kidding. Fake news.
That was fake news, Evan. Last month, Peru granted stingless bees the right to exist, marking the first time an insect has been granted legal rights. Isn't Peru kind of a shithole?
Isn't the world insane? That's interesting.
Don't you got other things to worry about? I'm pretty sure Peru is not like I think they got a lot of poor citizens in Peru. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
I don't know. I'm just wait a minute, intrigued. They genetically modified bees to not have stingers, to not be able to sting or to not sting. That's fascinating.
They can even be represented in court. Hey, I'm here on behalf of the bees. Let's get down to bees' knees.
They say I'm the best lawyer. They say I'm the bee's knees. Oh my God.
I can't believe we just threw some dad jokes in there.
Oh, some broke ass dad jokes.
Evan, we got a bozo criminal of the day from Florida. I know that shocks you.
Florida. Yeah.
He was spotted trying to recreate a scene from the movie Titanic. Probably the one where, you know, Leonardo, his shirt's in the wind and shit, and he's on the front of the boat with his arms out. Well, this guy was doing it in a car, Evan, doing 105 miles an hour.
Jack.
It says the cops reported our bozo was flying down U.S. Highway 19 with his arms outstretched like Jack from the Titanic movie. He was pulled over and was one of the first recipients of charges under the new Florida super speed law, which imposes more severe charges on drivers doing in excess of 100 miles an hour. Little Jack Jr. has been charged with reckless driving and dangerous excessive speed. Florida ain't fucking around.
Yeah, well, yeah, they got some roads. They get some crazy people do some, major high speed street racing there, and
Yeah, so there you go.
Hell, I've been there myself in Florida, so
yeah.
I wasn't driving, but anyway.
So
good times.
Yeah. Look, I understand that sense of wanting to go that fast. I get it. I've been in some cars that, I could easily push probably 150, 160, but Number one, it ain't my car, so I can't do that. But even if it, it was a dealership car or whatever, you don't want to do that. It's just unless it's on a controlled environment,
Mm-hmm.
it's just really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, because you don't know the people around you, what their reaction's going to be. Somebody pulling over, maybe trying to pass somebody. You're doing 120, 140. You're coming up on cars like boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've done some dumb stuff.
I
I
have,
mean,
I have to.
yeah. I mean, my 68 for its time, it was fast. It really was. And I used to, I mean, I've had a load of people in there and pulled the speedometer all the way around straight down. Buried. And I'm like, that why? And I think about that all the time. I'm like, what was I thinking back then? If anything would have happened, I could have killed a load of people. I don't know. I think a lot like God was watching out for me. He really was. Some of the dumb shit I've done, and I hope that young kids don't act like I did.
I
I was
know.
very immature in a car that was very unsafe, and I think to myself all the time, I can't believe I never wrecked that thing. All the years I drove it, and the dumb things I've done, I drove. Some of the stupid things in high school. Street racing, all kinds of shit. It's just, I hope kids are more mature these days. I think they are. Cars aren't a thrill for them anymore. They're so kind of boring and controlled, and even though they're faster, they're kind of safer. And I mean, a new Camry is as quick as most of your '60s hot muscle cars. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
a new Camry will run most of your muscle cars that people think are fast are 14 and 15-second quarter mile cars. Some of the very very fast muscle cars were high 13-second cars. Very few of them ever got into low 13s, and 12s were unheard of. I mean, hell, my parents' Corvette, brand new now, would run a 1270
Mm.
showroom. You know what I mean? Stock tires, everything. But and that's a 20-year-old Corvette.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's new cars hitting nines and tens and all that stuff, but those muscle cars are 14 and 15-second cars, and that's what like a new Camry is. So it's it everything has changed, the whole scope and relative. So anyway, I get off track, but I hope kids don't act like I did. I hope they're smarter these days, and they're just I don't hear about the kids getting hurt and the wrecks as much.
No.
I mean, when we were in high school, there were quite a few kids died in car wrecks. I mean, the whole time I was in high school, I know 3, 4 people at least. I don't hear that many high school kids getting killed in car wrecks anymore, but
Oh,
cars are safer.
oh, I don't know. There was, I think there was one in. Well, I'm in a different place now, so I'm over here in the capital of Illinois, and they're a town over. I think they just had 3 young kids get killed in a wreck. But
Really?
but it
That's
wasn't
that's
like,
rough.
yeah, it wasn't like racing or anything like that. But yeah, I did the same thing, dude. I had a stupid car. Luckily I didn't have it very long, but I had a it was it looked like it was a Mercury Bobcat,
Hmm.
and it was a 5 speed, all right, with a V8 in it.
Hmm.
And that
They were snappy.
it had uh, the slotted rims, the 13s, in the front, had a little beefier back tire, and man, oh god, same thing. I'm lucky I did. Yeah, I blew the transmission in that thing, but
Mm.
I'm lucky I didn't kill myself or somebody else.
Yeah, I think about it a lot. Like I said,
Lucky.
I think God is.
That's why I
He's kept an eye
say,
on me.
if you're gonna, and it's starting to. I am seeing like a trend of these people start buying these tracks and shit and redoing them and opening it up, and so maybe get them off the streets and shit like that. Because
Yeah,
there's
that's
still some drag racing that goes on.
yeah. That's a problem. The drag strips have closed over time. They're expensive to operate. Land's expensive. Then people complain about the noise, and around here you can only run it 6 months a year. It's yeah, it'd be a neat thing, but I just don't see or hear of that many young people into cars anymore. And hmm,
I think
it's
they're
whatever whatever. I can't expect them to be into what I'm into. It's
right.
teach generations into their own thing. It's just
I think there is. We're not around. I'm kind of around them a little bit. I see some guys that are in the cars and shit. They're really into the newer ones and tuning them and all that shit, and putting a bigger intake on there, and you know.
that's cool.
So I see it a little bit, but I always kind of grit when they pull out of the parking lot. I'm like, oh, be careful. But that's that grandpa in me, that's that dad in me, so
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately I'm old. Older. Man, Evan, I'm getting ready to hit 53.
Well, like I said, I turned 55. I'm a senior citizen.
Oh,
You know, at the start of it,
53.
I
God.
it, it's pretty funny how your view of things changes over time. I
Man.
still do you not still feel like a kid though? Do you not
Yes.
still think and like you're in your 20s? Like I can't believe I'm this old because I don't feel like it,
I don't.
but your body feels like it, but your brain doesn't. I still feel like a kid so much.
Evan, I know we're getting I want to get away from doing the list. We talked about that last week, but this one popped up, and I kind of want to see where we are on this one. It's 8 female rock stars who were total crush material in the 70s and 80s. So that would have been the time that we were getting crushes on chicks.
Okay.
So let's see if we agree with this list. I hate to
In the rock in the rock.
genre,
Okay.
yeah. Eight,
Yeah.
and these are all females. I ain't gonna throw like David Bowie, pass or smash. One, yeah, in God, in the 70s, she was smoking hot. Stevie Nicks.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Two,
Most guys would still say, yeah, I'd still. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
two, very, very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. Debbie Harry, Blondie.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to put a list together in my head really quick. And, when you said something, I'm like, oh, okay. Wow, these are two that I hadn't think of. I'd have got to Stevie Nicks. Wow. Okay. Debbie Harry. Yep. Yep.
I don't know. Maybe top 20, but I don't think she should be third. Joan Jett.
No. I'm sorry. She's too, she's just too harsh and just, I don't know, rough and dykey. I'm sorry. It's not, she doesn't turn me on. Never has.
Number 4. Yeah, I think you got to move her down the list a little bit. Pat Benatar. Wasn't
Not that big
bad.
of a
She
fan.
wasn't bad.
She's okay.
Uh, Look, I'll go back when she first started, but in the 80s, no. 70s, yes. 80s, no for this next one for me, Evan. Grace Slick.
No.
She got weird
No.
in the 80s. She got weird.
Wait a minute. Grace Slick.
Jefferson
You're talking.
Airplane.
Yes. Back in the day, yes. Yeah. She was hot.
70s, yes. 80s, no.
Yes. Yeah, I had to think about that because, like, yeah, she was, but well, she aged, but yeah, I always liked her. Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, I'd put her on the list.
Six? No. No, no, no. Janis Joplin.
Never thought of her as hot. No,
No.
not sex symbol. No. Oh.
Oh, yes. Ann Wilson from Heart. Definitely, yes. Especially in the
Oh.
70s.
Oh, both of the Wilson sisters were fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
is.
Ann and Nancy were both back then. Yeah.
Yeah. She. How do you not put her? Now, I think. Now, see, I think. I think Nancy was hotter. Nancy's the blonde. In the
Yeah.
70s, Nancy was hotter. And
Mm.
didn't Ann Wilson get like kind of she got kind of big in the 80s, didn't she? Like size
Mm-hmm.
wise. And now I think she's looking pretty good, but I don't know who this last one is. Susie Quattro.
I remember Susie Quattro.
What
Susie, was she
what she
on some Happy Days also? Wasn't she? Yes, I remember her. She was kind of a pop star, but she really wasn't that. Yeah, I guess. She was a little for our time.
what song was she?
Oh, it's hard for me to even place her. I know who she is, and Susie
Yeah.
Quattro. I'm trying to think.
I
Man, there's some others that I would add to the list before. I would think before her, but
add to the
um,
list, Evan. Can you?
mm,
I think you
trying to
got to.
think because you end up hitting I think most of them because I thought first thing I thought about the Wilson sisters
Yeah.
and um Lita Ford. I'm
Lita
surprised it's
Ford,
not
I
on the
was just thinking that. The chick off Warlock. I
because I
forgot.
was thinking in the '80s the hair bands and the rocker chicks. I'm like the rock and roll is so male dominated. There's not a lot of chick metal bands. There was L7 was metal, but they weren't lookers. They were grunge metal chicks. And
Oh,
God, I love it. I love L7.
the lead singer
Uh,
of Vixen.
I don't recall, and
Oh, you would
I,
if you heard her. Uh, I don't want to
some of the
die of a broken heart or some kind of shit like that.
yeah, I
I
remember, and
wish
some of the
we
Go
could
Go's
play
weren't bad
music
either.
so bad, dude. This kills me. I miss D
Yeah,
Town Radio.
yeah. For pop, like some of the Go Go's, they were kind of cool, but they weren't really rock.
Oh yeah, the lead singer off the Bangles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that was more pop also,
Oh,
but
okay,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, if you want to go a list of all the yeah. But as far as metal and rock and roll, yeah, I think we covered them. I'm trying to think who else there was out there.
Yeah, I think
That's a good start.
yeah, not bad. I didn't like Grace Slick and I didn't like Janis Joplin on that list.
Yeah, Janice is a stretch. Grace was like she was pretty hot back then.
Back in the 70s. Then she got weird in the 80s like that. I cannot
Yeah.
stand that video. We built this city.
Oh, that's cringy bad. That was
Oh
so
my
cringe. It's
god.
it's just known as being one of the most horribly bad songs
It
of the '80s. Still, like
it
that's
is.
that's on the that's on the top five right there.
That that when I hear that and I hear the final countdown from Europe,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
just one of those songs. It just as soon as I hear that sin
Hmm.
beginning, it's just like it just cuts right through me. It does.
Yeah, yeah. That's cheese.
But yeah, there was something I was wanting to talk about. Damn it! And I closed my weird. Damn it! So I guess we are down. We know who's going to play in the Super Bowl.
Who?
It is going.
Patriots and
It's Patriots in Seattle.
Patriots will win.
Yeah, I hope.
I don't know.
Although,
That's what I'll put
man,
my
didn't
money on.
we?
So that means they won't.
We will not be seeing Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. Sorry, Claudia, but I mean,
Well, she needs time off. Her and her
yes.
man need time off, right? They've taken a break in their engagement or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they're taking time off of their engagement.
Yeah, her and
Oh,
Taylor and Kels or what's his name? Travis Kelsey or something like that. That then they announced that they were gonna take a break in their engagement to kind of work on their relationship or something, or I don't know.
oh no. Oh,
I thought that's what you said last week.
I
No,
I didn't
maybe it
say
wasn't
that
you.
shit.
I guess it wasn't you.
Don't
Hmm.
have Taylor Swift suing my ass. I ain't got shit. What's she gonna here? I do got this cool ass Smirnoff Ice thing that shoots lightning.
No. Anyway, I guess it wasn't you. But anyway, that's what I'd heard that her and Travis were gonna they were taking a break in their engagement to work on their relationship or something like that. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe the guy finally figured out how mid she is. I don't know. But
Hey, she's gonna write a whole motherfucking album about that. She's gonna slam the Chiefs. Because
yeah.
man, she always puts out a hit album after after the boyfriend breakup.
Well, that'll give her writer some new material.
Man, I would not date a chick that wrote an album about me. If I knew that girl wrote anything or put anything bad about her ex online, guys, you better listen the fuck up. If she has done that to somebody else, it's going to happen to you. Just saying. Travis, my man. Fight the
Good
power.
luck. Yeah.
Fight the power, brother. Fight the power.
Yeah. Hope it's worth it, buddy.
Man, yeah. Oh. Man, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's toxic shit right there, boy. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've met a couple of chicks that were pretty fucking toxic. That
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't have the social media that we had back then. Yeah, or you know what I mean? I'm glad like this form of like all the cameras and all the recordings. I'm glad that shit wasn't back in the 80s and 90s.
Absolutely.
I would have
That you could
recorded.
go to a bar, you go to a bar and get drunk and stupid and not have somebody broadcast it on social media.
Yeah.
Everything you do, you know.
Now you fuck up, you're yeah, man.
Yeah, there's 15 cameras on you. Yeah, it's a whole just meeting people. You couldn't just go and immediately do a search and learn everything about them. You meet some chick in a bar, get her name, and you could do a search on Facebook. Okay, this, she's divorced, she's got 2 kids. I mean, you could figure stuff out about somebody so fast. It's such a different world.
Yeah, it is. Oh God. I'm kind of glad I'm at the I'm on the downhill slope. I don't think I want to
Hmm.
be around in 50 years, to be honest with you.
I don't think anything's gonna get better. I mean, as I've said
No.
many times on this show, we've peaked. You know, as a society,
And that's sad. That is
we
sad.
really have. We've everything we've taken everything just about to the limit, and now it's just everything is in a decline. And I don't see anything really turning soon. We really need to step back on so many things. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm glad where I'm at. I know I've got 20 good years maybe left in me, and then I
And
don't think I want to see past that.
and I think we've said it a couple times. I think that our generation, maybe not the greatest generation, we were some badasses, and I think that we lived through some of the greatest generation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We came at the beginning of, and I don't know. Yeah, Decatur, where me and Chili are from, it was different, man. I mean, it was like there wasn't white schools or black schools. It was you went to school with
Mm-hmm.
everybody. So I don't know. I know there's a lot of towns like down south and shit where, that they didn't, whatever. But
Yeah. The
um
boomer generation got to deal with a lot of things that we didn't. By the time we came along, a lot of that was,
already
kind
done.
of past, and
Yeah.
yeah, we did grow up at a good time. I think the boomers got to see a lot of neat and interesting stuff. I know the 60s was a lot of turmoil, you know. Um, you know, we want to be, wax poetic about the growth during the 50s and 60s and the cars and this and that, but there was a lot of, there was a lot of turmoil going on at that time too.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I think the boomers have got to see, they got to have a good run with, the way they got to enter into society, buying a house and low cost and the wages. And now they're retired. Most of them have retired well.
Yeah.
And their houses are worth, so much more than what they paid for, which, our generation just hasn't lucked out like that. And,
No.
uh,
No.
so I split on that a lot, but then I think, yeah, the things that we grew up with, like I said last week, the toys and some of the
Yeah.
technology and things that was going on. It's like, man, we really came along at a cool time.
We did. We did. We got to
Yeah.
see the internet. We were the first ones to look up dirty movies online. Yeah, and download them for 7 hours to watch a 15-minute clip.
I guess, but I mean, I was in my 20s before I got a computer and stuff. Like these days, kids, and they talk about, a lot of the kids and the problems because they were, these kids, the younger generation, surfing up porn when they were 10 years old because they had free, wide open internet and things, and some of them in their addiction.
Oh,
That's really bad.
yeah.
It's affecting a lot of the younger kids and how they view and their. I mean, we've really thrown them for a loop. They're not growing families in their 20s like we were.
Oh man. Evan,
So
I
much more isolation, unfortunately.
uh, it is. Yeah. You don't see the kids outside.
No.
And you know, it's so easy to get a phone now, and I don't blame parents for wanting their kids. It is scary just letting your kid like walk home from school or something, because there's a lot of fucked up people in this world. So,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, oh my god, and these kids, and I've thought about putting our show on Twitch, and I just can't, dude. I
I
can't.
don't I don't know what that is.
It's a streaming platform. Like, I think if we did it on Twitch, now we wouldn't be able to put it on Facebook or. But if we're like talking, we can play music in the background and shit. But we got to be
Huh.
talking over it,
I see.
or either doing a review of it, which I think we can do on Facebook too. But that's just too much. That's too much fucking work.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the original person doesn't want you reviewing their song or whatever, they can copyright you. So
Yeah, that's not worth the hassle.
no, hell no. I'll just say if I listened to it and if it was good or not. T.I. came out with a new song over the weekend, and I listened to it on the way to work, and I hit repeat on it a couple times.
And
I liked it. It reminded me of that kind of southern bounce from 20 years ago. So yeah, it was a good song.
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I don't find much I like these days, but I try.
no, no, but like I said, dude, I find shit I probably shouldn't find, but that's just me. I mean, like I said, I'll listen to country one day, and the next minute I'm playing R&B, then I'm playing hip hop, then I'm playing rock, then I'm playing '80s hair band shit, and I just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, we do that. We kind of get on a day we kind of play a lot of rap, and another day we kind of play like old school, country, and some days more your adult contemporary. I guess they call that yacht rock these days. Sometimes you
Oh
got to
man,
listen to
dude,
little
I
Steely Dan and crap like that,
I
and
love me some fucking yacht rock, bro. I don't, and that is so cheesy. And if
I
you,
hate the term.
yeah, I
It
can't.
just growing up, we called it. You were like in the paper every week. They would show like what were the top songs, and it would show like rap, rock, and country, and then like adult contemporary. That's what you called that music. It was just not easy listening rock, but it was. It was
Yeah,
lighter rock, and
yeah,
now we call it yacht rock. I'm like, where did this term come from? Anyway, am I right?
yeah, you are. I'm sorry, my phone was making noises. I got an email. Man, I get more emails from the dealership, or not the dealership, but the two cars that I'm associated with at work. Man,
Mm,
and I can't get off that email list.
no, you can't.
Update on this, update on that. It's like shit,
You need a separate account for that.
man. All right, Evan, I'm gonna. Do you have a complaint of the day?
Do I have a complaint of the day? No, I was thinking about something, and no, I do not.
You do
Not
not.
quite.
Well, here, hold on, because these are 15 cars that mechanics tell you are not worth the splurge. Because look, tax season is coming up. Some people get some money back. These are the cars to stay away from. Although I don't think our listeners are buying any of these cars, Evan. First on the list of not to buy cars, Evan, 2024 Mercedes Benz GLB class.
Those are expensive cars to fix. Yeah, anything Mercedes expensive to fix, and they're not quality like they used to be.
2024 Porsche Macan.
Um, Nothing more expensive than a used Porsche.
2024 Genesis G70. Boy, I do like a nice looking sedan though.
I don't know much about them.
No, I don't either. Who is Genesis?
It's Hyundai.
Is it? Oh, that's the
I
like
think so.
the Lexus is the Toyota.
I guess. I think that's their high level or whatever.
Cadillac Escalade.
Yeah, Escalades
Yeah,
are.
the 2024 they said stay away. Mitsubishi Mirage. You know my dream car, dude. That I just want to but I got to have it tuned. I want a 3000 GT.
Oh, those from the 90s. Yeah, they
Oh,
were cool.
yes. Oh, a black one. I want a black 3000 GT.
Yep.
A Hyundai Nexo.
Anything Hyundai. I don't know. They had tons of engine failures for a while. So them and like was it Kia, Hyundai and Kia? They had big time engine trouble. So yeah, I would avoid those.
I'm gonna skip that one because that hits a little too close to home. 2023 Mini Cooper Electric. Look, I'm gonna tell you as a mechanic right now, the electric market is not ready.
Not yet.
It's not ready. They've
They
got
tried to push it too fast, and
yeah,
the range is the problem. If these things on a good day on a full charge and you're not running the crap out of the air condition and heat, they're not bad. But when you run all the accessories and then you get into cold weather, when it gets down below like 10, 20 degrees, they'd lose like 40%, you know?
I will
They're
I will tell you one thing that I was very, very impressed with. I drove a Volkswagen ID4 today. I had to drive it because it's got um, a motor on there that it has to calibrate, and the only
Mhm.
way to calibrate it is to drive it. So you got to go around 20. It kind of kicks you back and then kicks it on. For an electric vehicle, that thing gets around pretty good on some crappy roads. I was shocked.
Yeah, they're snappy. I mean, those electric motors are instant torque.
Yeah,
I would like to drive an electric, but I know I would probably
I
really love it.
I
That's the
know,
thing. Like,
and I do. And I tell you what, Audi's got one, the GT e-tron. Oh my! And I've got to drive it a couple times. That thing, it feels like you're in a Millennium Falcon. When it takes off, it just kind of kicks you back, and you're like, oh my goodness,
hmm
I could get in
hmm
trouble with this because the takeoff is like instant.
Yeah, the motors, a gas motor makes more torque the more your RPM increases, where electric motor is that torque is flat from 0 RPM to whatever they max out at. It is a flat torque curve, and it's just yeah. I would like to drive one of the Tesla threes. What do they call it? What is that Model 3, whatever?
I think
Because they
so.
say they like whip ass on some of the autocrosses, and I'm like, oh man, if you got a nimble little car, and then you have that instant torque where you're not going through gears and everything, it's just instant. I bet they are a blast on an autocross. You
It,
know.
it they got. I think in 10 years, I think the electric car will be. I think they'll have it really really dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
They got to do something with the batteries. I think you can do it with a smaller battery, but you're gonna have to, I don't know.
It's a good vehicle for some people, not everybody, but I
Right.
think for a lot of people, there's no reason not to have an electric.
And if you live
Um,
in a big city, it's
yeah,
perfect.
you've got small commute in a big city. You want something small, a little electric car. I see no problem with some of these ginormous electric vehicles. I don't get the point of it.
No.
You know what? If you're trying to be efficient, like those, Tesla, whatever trucks, whatever the hell those are called.
Oh my God. I don't
Geez, those
know.
things are so damn heavy. What is
Yeah.
the point?
Yeah.
Um,
They're not a I mean, I think they were a big seller at first, but they're not. Nobody wants to buy them. I mean, you can go right now and probably type in Tesla truck for sale, and there'll probably be 100,000 people trying to sell their shit.
yeah, those took a dive. Anyone paid big money for them when they want them just to have that, and now they're worth half that, But whatever,
Yeah, I don't
if
think
that's
so.
what you're into, you lose your money. It works for you.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, is that the end of the list?
No, the Hyundai's on here a lot. Their Santa Cruz. Uh, ooh, what? I don't agree with this.
Hmm.
Um, an Audi A8 is on there. Uh,
Hmm.
and bull. I look, it's like any new car. when they first come out, they're going to have their bugs and shit. Most of it's software.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but next, the Maserati Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I don't think our listeners are gonna run to be flocking to the dealership for one of those.
Yeah, there Maserati's on there again. The Lexus GX, Tesla Model X. Tesla made
Huh.
it. Including issues with braking, the all-wheel drivetrain, upholstery trim. Oh, yeah. Better get that shit fixed. All right. That was it. So
I would say to add to that list, I'd say any newer GM vehicle with a 3 point something V6, avoid that. Avoid anything with a turbo.
oh
Um,
god.
those are
Well,
just basic things I've just learned.
but
Like,
that's
just
what
keep it simple.
look, that's what most of these cars are now.
Uh huh.
I mean, the V8's almost dead, dude.
Like, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. You got a lot
These,
of these trucks now. Most your F-150s are just twin turbo V6s.
yeah, there's a GM. I think you can. I don't know. I was watching something. It was a crew cab truck and it had a turbo 4 cylinder. And I'm thinking a crew cab truck is something that needs a reliable motor that's durable, that can be out in the field, that is simple, and just a simple V8. We have the efficiency down. It's just not worth what they're doing these days, and there's so many problems, and they just need to step back. But it's the EPA. It's
Yeah,
pushing
yeah.
the mileage on them. To the manufacturers are doing all kinds of silly stuff, because who in their right mind ever years ago would think, oh, let's build a 4 cylinder crew cab truck that's 8,000 pounds? That's just dumb. It's not going to last. Turbos create a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Things break down, materials, and then you try to take it apart, and everything is frozen because of the heat. And they're just problems.
Oh, that is
Turbos
yeah. Taking
turbos are problems. Trust me. Unless you're a dude who's building some shit in your garage on the side, and you're having fun, and you know how to build stuff, and you can get your eBay turbos and you blow them up, you can get another one cheap. But for a passenger car these days, I'm so against them. They're just, like I said, they're problems. They're problems waiting to happen. And there's my rant.
no. I like that rant, and I think
It's true though.
we both jumped in on it. And yeah, and that's a big thing. I mean, you can sit there and say, "Oh, Chevy's making junk, Ford's making junk." You can sit there and say but they all have one common denominator, and it's the government. It's the
Hmm.
EPA. It's the government regulations that tell them, look, I know I'm taking these brand new vehicles apart because they're built with plastic now. I mean,
Hmm.
like the other day, I've got a couple lights that, hang on the metal. They got very, very powerful magnets where I can stick them up on a hood and it shines the light. These new vehicles, nope, don't work. That shit does not work.
That's funny. And I can see that. That's got to be a frustration. Where can I stick this thing?
Uh,
Yeah, very true. Good call.
I was I'm checking this list, man, and it was like 20 the top 20 comedy duos of all time.
Alan or
And
Chili on
yeah,
the list.
well, we're right behind Cheech and Chong.
No, no shit.
We're 11th, they are 10th.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, according to my list.
Well, it's probably as valid as a lot of these internet lists.
Well, hell yeah. It's like those award shows. That's just a bunch of people getting together and patting themselves on the back.
Yeah, favoritism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they all suck.
yeah.
Uh, man.
Oh,
I think we're going to call it a show, Evan. Show
I think.
187 on the under.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't sing no rap. We'd probably get sued for copyright. Me doing that shit.
Probably.
Anyway, Evan, tell these beautiful people goodbye.
All right, beautiful people. Man, try to stay warm. It looks like it's going to continue to be cold all this week, isn't it? This is just
I don't know.
as my
It's
as
a.
Vicky's niece would say, this weather is disrespectful.
I don't
This
know.
is just disrespectful. This cold.
I might have to kick on the central air. It's a balmy 10 degrees here in the capital city.
Yeah, it's 9 in Hopewell. I don't see it really getting above 20 much for the next week. Jeez.
No. If you're in the Midwest, you know how it is. At least we didn't get a bunch of ice and without power and shit like that. So just be thankful if you're listening and you made it through the storm. Rock on.
Yeah, congratulations.
I'm sitting there wondering. I had that. Never mind. Anyway, gang, show 187 in the books. We'll be back next week for 188. And Chili442 over there. Myself, AlfromDtown. Thank you guys so much for checking out our dumb little show. And we will see you next week with a probably even dumber show.
All right. Way to get them prepped.
Yeah. If you thought this show was bad, you wait till next week.
Yeah, come back next week.
We love you guys. Peace.
Later.